She's been sensationally back to win the Silver Shadow, and she's a clear-cut favourite on course. Don't worry about the Glamour Sydney fillies. Don't worry about the 2-year-old of the year, Fashions of Field. All the money is for Opportunity.
Certainly is, Kenny. Number one, Fashions of Field, 480 on the tote. Just over a point longer on $1.50, a half point longer. Paulini, $14. You can double.
Then Pegasus Queen, Emelian Borg, Catch the Bird. Nemesis is a long way back and 2 lengths to Flora Danica. As they come up towards the bend now, Media's trapped out 3 deep on the outside of Fashions of Field and Regal Cheer on the rail. Behind them is My Jubilee. And then came Heartstrings, Pasicatira, Opportunity and Paulini were next, and Nemesis about 6 off the lead and the widest runner. As they come up towards the 300 and Media has been beaten off by Fashions of Field, who's taken over. She's raced to the lead, Fashions of Field from Regal Cheer. Then Media, Nemesis coming down the outside. Opportunity can't win. It's Fashions of Field in front. Nemesis is starting to fly on the outside. Nemesis going after Fashions of Field, and Nemesis from well back hits the lead and runs away with it. Beats Fashions of Field and back in third. Race to the lead, Fashions of Field from Regal Cheer. Then Media, Nemesis coming down the outside. Opportunity can't win. It's Fashions of Field in front. Nemesis is starting to fly on the outside. Nemesis going after Fashions of Field, and Nemesis from well back hits the lead and runs away with it. Beats Fashions of Field and back in third spot Paulini, and then came Media, which over raced, followed by Flora Danica, Pasicatira, Regal Cheer, and then
Well, unfortunately, the Victorian didn't run up to the money, and it was one of the locals, Darren Beedman, on the John Hawkes trained Nemesis, and aren't his 3-year-olds going to
see Nemesis back, and Pete, she gave away a big start. She's top draw.
Oh, certainly was a good run, Rich.
Cup. The feature race here is next is the Memsey Stakes. It features a return of Makybe Diva. Let's have a look at the opening dividends. No surprise that Ray's champion racehorse. She's a dual Melbourne Cup winner, of course. Makybe Diva, unwanted on the tote, $7 in the betting ring. Could she do it first up today?
Well, she possibly could. There seems to be something. Barely a moment, and 2 to Makybe Diva. She's about 6 off the front. At the 600-metre mark, no change in the order here. Regal Roller a half in front of Super Elegant, a length and a half, then La Zagaletta, Renewable fourth, followed by Roman Arch, barely a moment, and Makybe Diva a length and a half away last of all. Homeward Bound and Regal Roller tried to get the kick and stayed hard to the rail. Straightened up a length and a half in front of Super Elegant down the centre. 2 lengths further back, Renewable, La Zagaletta, then barely a moment, and Makybe Diva coming down the centre. Regal Roller getting away from the fence, but 2 lengths in front. Barely a moment, Super Elegant and Makybe Diva with a flashing run. They're charging home. Regal Roller in front. The great mare Makybe Diva's going to do it. Yes! Well, mighty return by Makybe Diva. She's got up to win ahead on the barely a moment, and Makybe Diva coming down the centre. Regal Roller getting away from the fence, but 2 lengths in front. Barely a moment, Super Elegant and Makybe Diva with a flashing run. They're charging home. Regal Roller in front. The great mare Makybe Diva's going to do it. Yes! Well, mighty return by Makybe Diva. She's got up to win ahead on the line to either Regal Roller or barely a moment. A great run in the middle. In this photo for the moment.
Absolutely outstanding, Brian. Outstanding return. Imagine her going around at $8.60. What are we doing here, Steve? Are we carved out of concrete?
Yes, incredible, Bruce. Soft win on the line. Soft hands from Stephen King. Probably suited this mare.
Makybe Diva.
Well, this is absolutely sensational here at Caulfield. The crowd are really lapping up this win of Makybe Diva. And if you've backed her, you're going to get $7.90 and $3.40.
Rosehill and clapping too. She's a mighty mare, the best horse in Australia. Let me on for the Cox Plate, Richie.
Yes. The extraordinary Makybe Diva. Never won first up before?
No, hasn't won first up before. I think she had, 5 first up tries, never won. Hasn't won at 1,400 metres. I don't know that she'd ever... Might have been tried once or twice early at 1,400 metres, but I don't think well, I know she's never won at it. And
she's never been slapped up before the turn either.
That's right. Yeah, what
are you saying there, right?
No, but normally, you know, and you've got... Ray, did you see the Motorway Stakes yesterday?
I just caught the last part of it, and
that was like the best bit.
It just looked as though there was a horse down the outside that just joined in.
Well, it's
Accelerate.
Watch him from the back. To go to, keep your eye on the left of your screen. Red Excellent.
Excellent.
Metres together. Here's the Jewel after them. Then we've got on the outside Irish Rover. Belmuse coming across heels as well. Miss Potential. Shinzig over on the outside. The Jewel wide of Belmuse, and look at Excellent. Look at Excellent flying right down the outside. Amazing. He is a megastar. Excellent.
We came green. Red excellent.
Excellent. Metres together. Here's the Jewel after them. Then we've got on the outside Irish Rover. Belmuse coming across heels as well. Miss Potential. Shinzig over on the outside. The Jewel wide of Belmuse. And look at Excellent. Look at Excellent flying right down the outside. Amazing. He is a megastar. Excellent.
We came here today thinking 1400 metres was too short, but hey, you can't hold champions back. And I think
Scott, we just saw and heard Paul Moroney, the brother of Mike, Miss Potential second, Shinzig third. Now that was a terrific field, but the way it did it, Richard.
Oh, magnificent effort from Excellent coming from the back of the field. He hadn't run at 1400 metres before, and he just showed that he'll get further as well. What he ran his last 200 metres in must be unbelievable, because Miss Potential is no slouch. She keeps going at a strong bat, and you know, a proven Group 1 winner here in Australia as well, Miss Potential. And
did beat Lingy.
Yep. Yes, yes, it did. And
yeah, look, he's a serious horse. Look, the only time he's been beaten is when he come to Australia, remember, and they backed him off the map in the Derby.
Yep.
But it was a heavy track. Yeah. So we must concede to give him an excuse there.
Walking down this field, I know it's Miss Potential.
Win in the Liston Stakes last start.
Greg Child's in form. He's on this horse again. He had his first ride on him in the Liston. He won. This horse is unbeaten here, and I think whatever beats him wins. Is a big ask. If he runs in the first half, doesn't, it'll be a good effort. In the ring, he's $21 out to 26.
Here she is, Australia's champion racehorse, Makybe Diva, on her way to the Carlton Draft Cox Plate. This is such an important step towards that. Her first...
The back frightening. Outside it Accumulate from Vouvray. Makybe Diva is on the move around the outside, 8 lengths from the lead. At the 550, Roman Arch went up to Tosin Dandy. Fields of Omar off the fence from Zoo. Then Ladder the Manor, and further back then came Accumulate, and around the outside Makybe Diva. On the turn they race, Roman Arch a length in front of Fields of Omar. Ladder the Manor, 2 or 3 further back, Makybe Diva. Around the turn now, Roman Arch from Ladder the Manor. Fields of Omar in for the fight in the middle. Ladder the Manor and Fields of Omar. 2 lengths, Makybe Diva. Fields of Omar, Ladder the Manor. Makybe Diva down the outside. Fields of Omar, Ladder the Manor. Makybe Diva, they hit it. Ladder the Manor. Ladder the Manor a half head on the line. Makybe Diva a head away. Third is Fields of Omar. Then rattling home late is El Segundo, a huge run from Roman Arch. To length in front of Fields of Omar. Ladder the Manor, 2 or 3 further back, Makybe Diva. Around the turn now, Roman Arch from Ladder the Manor. Fields of Omar in for the fight in the middle. Ladder the Manor and Fields of Omar. 2 lengths, Makybe Diva. Fields of Omar, Ladder the Manor. Makybe Diva down the outside. Fields of Omar, Ladder the Manor. Makybe Diva, they hit it. Ladder the Manor. Ladder the Manor a half head on the line. Makybe Diva a head away. Third is Fields of Omar. Then rattling home late is El Segundo, a huge run from Roman Arch.
Today over the 1600, Makybe Diva charging late. 1 or 2 more hops, she wins. $2.90 on Super.
One of the best form races for this spring.
Oh, no doubt. I think my immediate observation was, isn't it wonderful when things go roughly according to the script? And the 3 dominant proven weight for age horses trifected that race. Well, she has to run in the Cox Plate. She had to do a little bit of work on her a long way from home. Her run was fantastic.
All right, and she'll go into the Cox Plate of Moonee Valley Maiden, and Ladder the Manor will go in as unbeaten on plate.
Permissive, number 8, as a rating special, ahead of Thunderbird, here worth $150,000. Let's join Ian Craig for the Spring Stakes.
It's Hotel Grand leading the field as they come to the corner, about a half length or so on Permissive, a length away in third position as they come into the straight. Manton, he's trying to get into the clear. Beatman on Manton, does so now, gets Sculptor out of the road. Thunderbird Hills on the extreme outside, but Permissive race to Hotel Grand. Manton is starting to lengthen stride now, and Beatmore's coming up on the inside from Floridanica. It's Hotel Grand accelerating though. Manton is trying to get him. Hotel Grand and Manton. Hotel Grand is still in front. Manton trying doggedly on the outside. Hotel Grand, I reckon, narrowly from Manton, and third placing to Floridanica on the extreme outside, but Permissive race to Hotel Grand. Manton is starting to lengthen stride now, and Beatmore's coming up on the inside from Floridanica. It's Hotel Grand accelerating though. Manton is trying to get him. Hotel Grand and Manton. Hotel Grand is still in front. Manton trying doggedly on the outside. Hotel Grand, I reckon, narrowly from Manton, and third placing to Floridanica. Right up there, and he really kicked in the style of a good horse when Manton came up to challenge him.
Now, that was a gutsy win, Ron, Hotel Grand. Its first couple of runs was had excuses.
Yeah, look, he's a raw talent. He's very green. Given a soft lead there, he showed his best. And look, he looks a...
It can be a problem, but I reckon both horses are horses to follow out of that. Because I don't think the sit and sprint type race suits the winner either.
No, maybe not.
And I reckon they'll both go on and be good chances this spring in longer 3-year-old race.
Had 1 or 2 hiccups during the season with your injury. How much...
And won this race last. It was Starcraft, an Aussie import with unlimited potential. Christophe Lemaire riding as Prix de Moulin winner. And finally, number 6, Dubawi, winner of the Irish 1,000 guineas, a big winner at Deauville last month. And
to 4, it's 7-2 Starcraft, 10-1 Mullins.
Ready, and they're racing. Blatant on the near side, jumps straight into the near side. It's Blatant from Starcraft, who's well up with him, and Sleeping Indian behind them, passing the 3. Race on in earnest now. It's Blatant flat to the board. Starcraft easing up on his outside with Sleeping Indian. Racti out in the centre, being tackled by Mullins Bay, and Frankie's now coming over to the near side with Dubawi, but it's Starcraft who's gone for home now. Starcraft the first to strike for home. He pulls the whip, Lemaire. Here's Dubawi on his outside from Blatant Sleeping Indian. Racti starting to flounder out in the centre. Starcraft with a rail though is finding plenty. He's about a neck in front. Dubawi trying hard to wear him down. Starcraft sticking to his guns. The Aussie's too good. Starcraft wins the QE2. Dubawi second, Blatant third, Racti fourth, followed by Sleeping Indian. Oh, what a performance. He is very, very good. Starcraft, he had to do it. Dubawi.
I think there was real pride and pleasure in Jim's voice when he said, the Aussie's too good. What a monster of a horse. He towered over Dubawi.
And Starcraft takes Group 1 glory in England.
Beat the best milers in Europe, in France. I think it was a Prix Moulin or something, a name escapes me, Prix de Moulin. And in this race, the Queen Elizabeth, he meets the best milers in Europe and England and Ireland probably, and he's defeated them as well. He has gone to the top of the rankings of the milers probably worldwide. He's probably the top ranked miler in the world at the moment, Starcraft.
The money off somebody.
Right.
But other than that, well, I've been offered 16 million for it. I won't take that.
You've been offered 16 million, and you've knocked that back.
Yeah. But
what will you take?
But it is important to me that I keep him. You know, that he keep him in Australia to a degree.
So is he for sale or not for sale?
He is for sale.
Would 20 buy him?
No, 20 wouldn't buy him.
No.
I don't need the money that much, Richard. You know, I'm going to do well whichever way I look at it. So I don't mind if I lost a few mil and I kept him for Australia. Really.
The Champion Stakes, what a beaut race it is. One of the great races on the calendar. 3-year-old classic, Richard the Tote Price.
Dragon's been very well back. Number 3, Hotel Grand, $11.70. It's also big overs. It's 4 points shorter with the bookies.
Pendragon was an impressive winner of the Gloaming Stakes and is the favourite here on course. Now the Hotel Grand is bouncing around, racing. He's begun better today, Hotel Grand. Replicator showing some speed, and Replicator and Hotel Grand, the stablemates, will both come across. Replicator will lead on settling down, Sculptor third on the inside, and last of all is Line by Line. At the 600 metres, it's Replicator by about a length and a half on Jewel, and then Hotel Grand on the outside of Sculptor on the rail, and then on the map and Manton further back behind them, Dream Ballad starting a run, followed by Bow Covered, and then came in behind them next Power of Destiny. Pendragon is still a long way back, and he's trying to push out into the clear. Replicator's the leader from Hotel Grand at the 200. Manton is running on, so is Dream Ballad, and Pendragon is coming with big strides down the outside, but Hotel Grand is off and gone. Hotel Grand raced away, and he's got the Spring Champion Stakes safely won. Hotel Grand is going on for a brilliant win. Pendragon got up for second just in front of Jewel. Is the leader from Hotel Grand at the 200. Matt is running on, so is Dream Ballad, and Pendragon is coming with big strides down the outside, but Hotel Grand is off and gone. Hotel Grand raced away, and he's got the Spring Champion Stakes safely won. Hotel Grand is going on for a brilliant win. Pendragon got up for second just in front of Jewel, and then Replicator and Manton followed by Dream Ballad. Back behind them.
No excuses for anything else. No excuses whatsoever. Far too good. Number 3, Hotel Grand. Jay Ford for Anthony Cummings. He blew them away. Anthony has said all along, this fellow is a Group 1 horse. Make no mistake.
He won, and it's Hotel Grand this year. Chestnut Colt, he's a 3-year-old by Grand Lodge out of Terrestrial.
that Hotel Grand is a legitimate Cox Plate runner, a legitimate challenger from Makybe Diva. What impressed me about him is when he sprinted, he left the horses that were close to him and he picked up the leaders so easily.
A little bit better than what he did, and the other horse just left him in his wake when he let go at top of the rise. But he's a really classy horse, this winner. Like, you just look at the way his head carriage, he sticks his neck out, he really wants to get to the line. And
Hotel Grand, you've been sprigging it.
I'm so wrapped in this horse. I think he's an absolute star of the future. Not only does he spread eagle this field, he did have the advantage of sitting up on top of a fairly leisurely pace, and Pendrace, he got back on a slow pace, which was a meritorious run nevertheless. But this horse, Hotel Grand, he looks like a superstar. He's got a beautiful liver chestnut coat. He's got this strong colour. He's got he's just put together beautifully. He sits on the pace. He over-raced a little bit at the moment, but I reckon he'll learn to settle down in his races, and he puts himself right in the box seat. I'm wrapped in him, Ron.
Look, I'm with you. I think he's not out of the Cox Plate. But we've got a mix here of Caulfield Cup, Cox Plate and Melbourne Cup horses, haven't we? I mean, this is the race of the spring. It's a sensational field. Plus 90. Confectioner at 7.30. The mighty one and only Makybe Diva at $2.60. If she wins today, she goes past, or runs second, she goes past Northerly, second only to Sunline in the stakes winners in Australasia. For a big chance in the Cups at $13. Dazelle was favourite for the Cup earlier this spring at $14.
Followed by Makybe Diva. She's about 12, 13 lengths from the lead from Rise On. Then came Gazelle, and Confectioner is last of all. Coming up the side now, they're racing towards the 850 metre mark, and it's first charter by 2 lengths. Grey Song is now second off the fence. Ladder the Manor is pushed out 3 deep. A length and a half further back in the race, then Sir Dex, followed by Frightening. Then came Stella Gron. Further back, then came Plastered. As they come up to the turn, Makybe Diva is coming to the outside. She's about 8 to 9 lengths off them. Behind her is Confectioner. On the turn, first charter, hard ridden. Grey Song has gone to it quickly. Further out is Ladder the Manor, Sir Dex, Stella Gron, just a tad. They're followed behind those by Demerger. Then came Dazelle trying to get out. Down the outside, Makybe Diva, she's winding up, and Confectioner going with her at the 250 metre mark. And here's the great mare, Makybe Diva. Ladder the Manor pushing through on the inside from Sir Dex, then Confectioner. But the champion has hit the front, Makybe Diva. What a superstar. She's holding Ladder the Manor, and Makybe Diva does it easily, a half length to Ladder the Manor ahead. On the turn, first charter, hard ridden. Grey Song has gone to it quickly. Further out is Ladder the Manor, Sir Dex, Stella Gron, just a tad. They're followed behind those by Demerger. Then came Dazelle trying to get out. Down the outside, Makybe Diva, she's winding up, and Confectioner going with her at the 250 metre mark. And here's the great mare, Makybe Diva. Ladder the Manor pushing through on the inside from Sir Dex, then Confectioner. But the champion has hit the front, Makybe Diva. What a superstar. She's holding Ladder the Manor, and Makybe Diva does it easily, a half length to Ladder the Manor ahead away, third Confectioner. Then Sir Dex further back, mighty mare. She's done it easily, number 6, Makybe Diva. She has ranged up to them, and I just don't know how you beat her. I don't know how you beat her. She just does it, and does it on her ear. When she ranged up, she's...
Oh, we're a bit worried there, you know, not a barrier. I'm not too sure, but how did she feel underneath you?
Well, it's been a long time, I think, since I've had a feel since the great mare Let's All Open. I think this mare's just as good. As she's got the great acceleration.
Well, she takes her earnings to past $9.5 million only. Sunline's one more. It won't be there for long. Makybe Diva
to go and stay with this mare, who is a phenomenon. People are going to be talking about her for many years to come. There'll be even a movie made about this mare, Steve, I'll tell you, because she is that good.
Look, she's a champion. She's an absolute champion. And went past Northerly and stakes money. Yeah. Coming up to 10 million, isn't she?
Yeah. But I think enough's been said about her. You know, what can you say? She's almost in a class of her own. She's greatness. Yeah. You just witness great.
Makybe Diva's into $2.25 for the Cox Plate, but the big firmer yesterday also came from across the Tasman. Excellent train by Mike Moroney. This is for the Cox Plate. This is winning the Kelt Capital Stakes thanks to TVNZ. And also trackside.
He's got a lap for a horse. Then Belmeuse close enough, last year's winner as they come to the home corner. Cedar Manor Lillican behind these runners. Distinctly Secret is forcing the favourite off the track. Excellent as they swing and go, and he got carted sideways. They run to the 300. Shinzig hit the lead. Here he comes, Excellent. He's ranged up to them quickly. Excellent race to the lead in the Celt. 2 in front of Distinctly Distinctly Secret is trying to gun him down. Excellent holding. 2 lengths. Distinctly Secret is trying very hard. Then in boy the last little bit. He is amazing, all right. Down to the line. Excellent. Unbeaten New Zealand. 4 Group 1s from 6 starts here. Second over has been Distinctly Secret. Then we had Waitoki.
Played Distinctly Secret.
I think Excellent's a Melbourne Cup chance.
Yep.
Success for Excellent over Distinctly Secret and Waitoki Dream. Waitoki Dream.
Now, be careful of this. All right, this horse is a... I'm telling you.
I know why.
This horse is a very, very good horse.
Diva want to be careful.
This horse is a very good horse. Let me say that first off. I think he's an excellent horse, but... to coin a pun. But Marufati set a pace that was killer. He was on a loose rein. He had a loose... The second horse got knocked over on the corner. If he'd have got a clean run inside Excellent, would have probably gone with him and may even have beaten him, and that was Distinctly Secret. Now, we know him well over here. So, you know, all the competitors of Excellent in the races coming up will try and find a reason to detract from the win, and they're the reasons. Other than that, the horse is a very good horse. He's won, what, 4 Group 1s from 6 starts. Yeah. He'll give them a good run for their money over here, but I don't have him like they've got him over the top. You know, the greatest horse ever been seen. They are pork pie Group 1s over there, so just you know.
Through the mounting yard for the running of the Yalumba Stakes Group 1 level. We're going to look at number.
Yeah, that's the bottom line.
Well, Country Perlin, a clear favourite in all venues, and the $2.80 matches his bookie.
Set for the Yalumba. Perlin 3 deep has gone up now second. Gray's in third, followed by Lachlan River. Confectioner just held up a half length further back. Fields of Omar, then Irish Darling, El Secundo and Hollow Bullet. Well, a race of change at the 600. Bazell just led Perlin. Then Gray's in on the outside, Lachlan River. El Segundo's got a rails run up on the inside. A half then Confectioner. Then Fields of Omar, 4 lengths off them. He'll have to come wide. Irish Darling on the inside, a length further back than Hollow Bullet. On the bend they race now. The leader is Bazell. From Perlin and further out on the track came Lachlan River. El Secundo cutting the turn. Down the middle is Fields of Omar, 3 lengths off them. Bazell grabbed by El Segundo. 2 lengths Lachlan River. Perlin struggling. Fields of Omar coming down the centre, but El Segundo's 2 lengths in front. Fields of Omar winding up with a late run. He's coming very late. Still El Segundo in front. Fields is trying desperately. He won't get there from Confectioner. El Segundo takes it. 2 lengths to Fields of Omar, and Eckaway third is Confectioner. Lachlan River, El Secundo cutting the turn. Down the middle is Fields of Omar, 3 lengths off them. Bazell grabbed by El Segundo. 2 lengths Lachlan River. Perlin struggling. Fields of Omar coming down the centre, but El Segundo's 2 lengths in front. Fields of Omar winding up with a late run. He's coming very late. Still El Segundo in front. Fields is trying desperately. He won't get there from Confectioner. El Segundo takes it. 2 lengths to Fields of Omar, and Eckaway third is Confectioner. Then Gray's in. Lachlan River further.
For the Caulfield Cup, it's certainly good enough for 6 El Segundo and Darren Gauci and Colin Little. If all goes well and he pulls up well, he's into the Caulfield Cup along with Like a Falcon. Fields of Omar, he's on song for another crack at the Cox Plate.
Really showed a turn of foot and kept running, and a Class 6 winner at Werribee 3 starts back. We talk. This horse is just exploding.
Drops 7.5 kilos as we go to John Letts with Darren Gauci.
For another legitimate crack at a Cox Plate, but I don't think there were too many legitimate hard luck stories behind him. He
went into a Caulfield Cup with 49.5, down from 57. I can't remember a Yalumba winner dropping 7.5 kilos into a Caulfield Cup.
Not in recent memory, and it's also something.
Tuesday is like Confectioner is still there. El Segundo plastered, and Like a Falcon at the top of the betting here. Vouvre's been forgotten.
Latest on that. Right, well, there's the Melbourne Cup. She is favourite for the Melbourne Cup. Makybe Diva, of course.
Number 1, just looking for a win since the Golden Slipper at $13.90. Paratroopers 4 for 4 this time in at $6. Danger Looms at God's Own for Bart Cummings and Glenn Boss $5.40. Gonski so impressive at Flemington last week at $9.80. Testifiable $21, a bit of a tip today. Primus very big odds at $23.90.
And he's had 2 runs on 2 wet tracks and hasn't handled it, but obviously Randwick's a bit different to Caulfield, so...
Open Caulfield Guineas. It'll be a great Caulfield Guineas. We're hoping...
Time they jumped in a very good line too. One of the first out, Gonski, bounced in front here of Paratroopers, going up second early from Red Dazzler, followed by Paternity, Silent Echo the inside, and Stratum pushing up now. Perfectly ready, just getting his head up in the air a little, followed further back in the field by Primus. Oh, he got knocked down, Primus, so did God's Own. Paternity came back into their lap. Plenty of trouble in the early point, and God's Own went back to last. He was knocked out of the race. Over the top, Patchy Cat has gone the move around the outside, followed by Paternity. Silent Echo the fence, and further back in the race, God's Own. Then came Primus, followed by Danger Looms, and last of all, Testifiable. Gonski up to the turn, a half length in front. On the outside, Paratroopers. Red Dazzler went up third. Stratum behind those. Patchy Cat, the widest runner around, perfectly ready. When they turn for home, it's been nice and rough. When they turn, God's Own got flattened again. Into the straight, Gonski in front. Paratroopers coming at it quickly. Paratroopers has ranged up and hit the front now. Getting out of Stratum, battling on Gonski, then perfectly ready. Paratroopers going for home, and the Guineas draws a length in front, is holding Gonski. God's Own getting out when it's all over, is flying. Paratroopers in front. God's Own flying to it on the outside. He got up. A remarkable performance. God's Own has won the Guineas. I've never seen anything like it. He's got up to beat Paratroopers. Third home out wide, maybe Primus, who got knocked down early. Followed behind those, Patchy Cat, the widest runner around, perfectly ready. When they turn for home, it's been nice and rough. When they turn, God's Own got flattened again. Into the straight, Gonski in front. Paratroopers coming at it quickly. Paratroopers has ranged up and hit the front now. Getting out of Stratum, battling on Gonski, then perfectly ready. Paratroopers going for home, and the Guineas draws a length in front, is holding Gonski. God's Own getting out when it's all over, is flying. Paratroopers in front. God's Own flying to it on the outside. He got up. A remarkable performance. God's Own has won the Guineas. I've never seen anything like it. He's got up to beat Paratroopers. Third home out wide, maybe Primus, who got knocked down early, followed by Gonski, and then 100 metres. Stood on his head when they turned for home. And this has been one of the biggest performances I've ever seen in the Caulfield Guineas in the time I've been calling races. Number 7.
Bart got some 3-year-olds. He's got Pendragon coming down for the Derby, and on that performance, you'd run this in a Cox Plate, wouldn't you?
I think you would. That was quite remarkable, really.
It was better than good, Bart. Come on.
It was terrific, I must admit.
Had you given up on him? Not once, but twice was he poleaxed.
It was, I didn't think he could win personally, but he's obviously a very good horse.
All different every season. It's very hard to compare them, but all good. All champions have got a great will to win, and that was expressed clearly yesterday.
Champion.
Like Glenn said, he sprints like a gazelle when needed, and that's a sign of a very good horse, you know.
British performance by God's Own, one of the best performances you'll see in a lifetime.
Yep.
He was gone plenty of times. And look, originally I was absolutely flabbergasted by the way he got up. But I think I figured out how you do it. Now, I couldn't work out, if these are good 3-year-olds, how he's done that. Unless he's the greatest superstar 3-year-old we've ever seen, there had to be some reason for it. Now, if you go and look at the sectional times, you'll find out that the Guineas ran their last 600 metres in 38.5. Now, that is nearly 3 seconds slower than they ran their last 600 metres in the Toorak Handicap over the same distance a race or two later. Now, the horses that should have gone on and won are Gonski and Paratroopers. They have collapsed over the last 200 metres. That's what's got them beaten.
Look, trust you to pour cold water on the best win we've seen in the last 30 years. Open your eyes, have a look at that win. That's an outstanding performance.
It sure is.
Overall. With Mummify, the 2003 winner, drawing barrier 20, probably has to go forward.
Take into account here that 2 of the emergencies have up and got 10, Railings 12, Demerger 11 for Dwayne Dunn. We've also got Dazelle for Johnny Hawkes, and Darren Beedman drew the outside gate. We'll start from 18. Hollow Bullet, you can put in Stephen King. A little bit easy. About $2 better than each of those totes for number 5. Plastered. Sir Dex at 14.20, we saw their Railings 8.70, very solid in the market. But Peter Moody have advised him that...
Caulfield ridden, Colin Little the trainer, going for his first Caulfield Cup, as is Darren Gauci. Has jumped away well with Sir Dex, and Irish Darling, Portland Singer, Natural Blitz, and away well as Demerger. Here's the pace from the outside now, and it's Hollow Bullet on the move with Mummify. Further out is Lachlan River going down to the winning post the first time. Hollow Bullet, Mummify, lead from Portland Singer, Sir Dex. Like a Falcon is last of all. 8.50 out in the Caulfield Cup, and it's Mummify going for his second Caulfield Cup down the side. A neck in front of Razkala. They're followed by iPopper. He's been off the track. Vouvre's gone up third. iPopper fourth. They're followed by Hollow Bullet. El Secundo is buried back on the inside. He needs a ton of luck. Portland Singer starting a run, but it's Mummify for home. On the outside, iPopper, Vouvre, then Hollow Bullet. Razkala dropped out. Now where's the favourite El Secundo? He's buried in the field. Natural Blitz has gone around the outside. Mummify first for home, tackled by the Japanese horse iPopper. It's on the inside, Mummify from iPopper. Then Natural Blitz further back, then Railings running on from Hollow Bullet. And El Secundo back to the rail. iPopper and Mummify Mummifi, stride for stride. Mummifi coming back at iPopper. Railings and Natural Blitz. iPopper, Mummifi, and the outside Railings dived. I think Railings has won the Caulfield Cup on the last stride from either iPopper and Mummifi, and a great finish then Like a Falcon flashed home. El Segundo got out very late. Further source iPopper. It's on the inside Mummifi from iPopper. Then Natural Blitz further back. Then Railings running on from Hollow Bullet. And El Segundo back to the rail. iPopper and Mummifi stride for stride. Mummifi coming back at iPopper. Railings and Natural Blitz. iPopper, Mummifi, and the outside Railings dived. I think Railings has won the Caulfield Cup on the last stride from either iPopper and Mummifi, and a great finish then Like a Falcon flashed home. El Segundo got out very late. Further back in the race, Further back in the race then Portland Singer followed by Demerger. Then
Finish the race off. One of them's broken down. We'll see the jockey in a moment. It's Mummifi. Geez, they've taken the saddle off Mummifi. Well, what?
Railings, G. Charles, $8.70 and $3 even. iPopper, $8.20. Mummifi, $4.30. The
deal was the performances of Like a Falcon and iPopper were absolutely phenomenal. iPopper...
Greg, you stayed with us runs, but none more so than Like a Falcon.
Well, absolutely. His performance was quite extraordinary. They didn't go hard, as we mentioned earlier, in this Caulfield Cup, about 1:16, first 1200. He's run home in around 57, 11 seconds, the quickest last 200 of the day. At the end of a 2,400 metre race, his performance was phenomenal. And certainly the Japanese horse, iPopper, he was great.
Melbourne Cup. But the Japanese runner was the best Melbourne Cup trial I've ever seen.
Outstanding performance. What about Like a Falcon?
Good run, really good run. But if he hadn't have zipped home, he'd have been disappointing. Because he...
With his earnings in the Caulfield Cup, he's gone into the elite company of the top 10 stakes earners of all time in Australia. So he's earned his place. He'll be. In fact, as we speak, he's being buried next to Scalacci.
G'day, Lee Simon. By Greg Childs on Railings. They tell me Damien Oliver had to talk to iPopper's jockey Shinji Fujita. What language was he talking? Swahili. It's got me buggered.
Yes. Yes, it ran a mighty race, didn't it? Now, the runner-up, iPopper.
That was an iPopper.
That was an outstanding performance. He jumped from barrier.
Like a Falcon, you mentioned him. He ran his last 400 and he ran his last 200 metres in 11:02. It's just about the fastest last 200 of the day after running 2,400 metres. It was a phenomenal run.
Glenn Boss believes victory in tomorrow's Cox Plate will be the icing on the cake of the career of Maccabi Diva.
Job, and she's turned up. I don't think there's a horse that could beat her in the race. But great day, and watch T-Boss go right off his head.
Damien. Runners have rallied behind her, and she's now into the red with bookmakers. So certainly a very big, sizable bet. It was reported that someone came along and had 100,000 on her. And as I did mention, she's in that 3-year-old God's Own, and both of those horses.
But that's a pretty big lead, Shane. Maccabi Diva into the red in the betting ring. It's a massive move in a race of this stature.
Absolutely. I mean,
This mare, along with the rest of Australia.
This will complete a phenomenal story about a racehorse.
Racing in the Cox Plate. Left out in a good line too. One of the first out, Super Kid, Maccabi Diva, eased out of the gates. Outback Prince began well. Here's Hotel Grand and Lateria, and getting up on the inside, Sky War from Gray's Inn. When they go down to the winning post and over on the inside, it's Desert War now taken on out wide by Hotel Grand, who'll take it up. And Hotel Grand goes to the front out of the back Prince, followed by Sky Cuddle. Fields of Omar comes out 3 deep and 4 wide as Confectioner. Maccabi Diva getting up behind it. Excellent is coming very wide on the outside, then Tosin Dandy coming up to the 650 metre mark now. Desert War going up to Hotel Grand. Excellent God's Own are very wide around the outside with Maccabi Diva, Fields of Omar, and they're all taking off at the 550 metre mark. A wall of horses around the outside coming up to the bend at the 450 metre mark now. Lateria, Fields of Omar and Maccabi Diva joining in on the outside, then Desert War. Further back Confectioner. It's Maccabi Diva, Fields of Omar and Lateria. Well, the great man
mares hit the front. Makybe Diva from Lateria. Fields of Omar fighting back, but it's Makybe Diva in front of Lateria. Fields of Omar coming back in the middle, but Makybe Diva, she's the champ. She wins the Cox Plate, 3/4 Lateria. A great run by Fields of Omar ahead away of Omar, and they're all taking off at the 550-metre mark. A wall of horses around the outside, coming up to the bend at the 450-metre mark now. Lateria, Fields of Omar, and Makybe Diva joining in on the outside. Then Desert War, further back Confectioner. It's Makybe Diva, Fields of Omar, and Lateria. Well, the great mares hit the front. Makybe Diva from Lateria. Fields of Omar fighting back, but it's Makybe Diva in front of Lateria. Fields of Omar coming back in the middle, but Makybe Diva, she's the champ. She wins the Cox Plate, 3/4 Lateria. A great run by Fields of Omar ahead away third. Then's Champion comes home to win the Cox Plate.
Ever won 2 Melbourne Cups in a Cox Place in the history of Australian racing until this mare has done it today.
And she has done it today. And she goes past Sunline's record of the richest stake-winning racehorse in Australasia.
But she's such a great horse. I mean, I don't think this country's seen a better horse in the last 30 or 40 years anyway.
She really deserves her place up there with the greatest that we've ever seen now.
Well, there's no horse who'll ever repeat that 2 Melbourne Cup, Sydney Cup, BMW, Australian Cup, Cox Plate.
Some sort of fail me about this mare now. I've never seen a galloper advance like it over the past 2 years. She's now gone past Sunline. She's gone past Northerly. These are recent champions I'm talking about, so we're not going back.
Champion, and you can certainly use that word. Number 10, Makybe Diva, $2.10 and $1.
They did that last year.
And I'm not indulging in hyperbole here. I firmly believe this. Farlap, Carbine, Burnborough, Tulloch, Kingston Town, Makybe Diva. She is legendary now. Look, she's now on that level. And with apologies to Might and Power, he's nearly sneaking into that level as well. But you
same way, she's in the top 5 or 6 horses ever raced. Yeah.
And it is you. I have my glasses on.
Yesterday, words can't describe it. She's an absolute champion, and boy, oh boy, what a race it was. If that's not a high-pressure race, I've never seen one.
Okay.
Yeah, I've worn it.
Are you happy now?
This contract can't come quickly enough.
First of our Group 1's the Myer Classic. Number 1 is the defending champion here, Brendan. She's the filly who beat Alingi last year. She's Miss Potential from New Zealand. Glenn Boss rode the horse last year, Brendan. 70 in the betting ring. They're the others there. Lateria, very easy on course. 430 is about right. Shania Dane, 560.
Who's third last as they sweep to the corner. Behind her is Dia, and Ike Stream is last of all. Miss Potential at the 600 leads from Hidden Strings of Fra, and Lyrical Bid right behind them, fourth on the inside, followed then by Out Wider then is Sky Love trying to come into the picture. Lateria just held up with Shania Dane when they balance for home now. She's got to the outside now, Lateria, past the 400 metres, and Hidden Strings is out after Miss Potential, who still had a kick, and she kicked away by 2. Here's Lateria starting to give chase. Miss Potential something to run down here. She's out by 2 lengths. Lateria's driving hard after her now. Miss Potential tackled by Lateria. Then Shania Dane. Lateria's going home the better, and Lateria beat Miss Potential in the Group 1. Third is Shania Dane. Kelvin Wren fourth from Hollow Bullet, and then she's...
Training performance by Gay Waterhouse to have Lateria back from, of course, the great second last week in the Cox Plate to winning this week. In racehorse, she's Australia's most popular racehorse, and she'll be here on Tuesday with 130-odd thousand cheering her. I'm not sure if we've got Mark.
Well, Makybe is an absolute champion. There's absolutely no doubt about that. She has a couple of hurdles to overcome. One is the history of the Cox Plate Melbourne Cup double. The only horses who've been able to win the double had a run at 1.5 miles before the Melbourne Cup, with one exception, that being Farlap. Farlap also is distinguished as the only horse who raised in weight from the Cox Plate to the Melbourne Cup by a greater amount than Makybe. So if Makybe happens to win tomorrow, there's no doubt in anyone's mind she would be up there as the best horse that raced in this country since Farlap Bestdale.
The mystery punter, the $1 million bet, all riding on Makybe Diva.
It'd be fair to say he's a fairly high net worth individual, so he's used to dealing with big numbers.
By the horse to both have carried record weights to win Melbourne Cups.
His is the best story in Australian racing ever. In Australian racing already. And if she wins tomorrow, that position becomes elevated. She actually opens the door and joins Phar Lap with the gods in that special room.
Heroin kicks in. Virtually now, with every couple of million that goes in, Makybe Diva comes down.
Well, she's in the
cup, and you see if you can outstay.
Put in a beauty for the last career performance of Vinnie Rowe. And
Vinnie Rowe and Hugs Dancer on the outside. A half a length away then on the outside of Makybe Diva came Dizelle from Honorzern. Like a Falcon, starting to make a little bit of ground on the outside of Rizon. And then excellent Kamsky and Vouvray last of all. About 1,100 left to go. Mr. Celebrity is the leader by a length to Portland Singer second. One Umbula. Eye Popper a handy then by Railings and Kinjal. Vinnie Rowe. Makybe Diva still well back on the inside as they come to the turn. Followed by Dizelle, Rizon, Hugs Dancer, Vouvray. Excellent and Kamsky towards the end. Like a Falcon coming around them, and Franklin's Gardens has dropped out. 500 left to go, coming around the home turn now. Portland Singer got to the lead from Mr. Celebrity. Eye Popper's running on, and then Strasbourg. Back behind those horses now as they come down the straight was Vinnie Rowe, and back behind them here's Makybe Diva. A nation roars for a hero. She's starting to wind up. 300 left to go now. Makybe Diva's racing up. Envoy's trying to go with her. They've got the Portland Singer and Lachlan River. Here comes Like a Falcon and excellent, but Makybe Diva clear with 100 metres to go. Excellent runs to second. Honorzern runs on, but a champion becomes a legend. Makybe Diva has won it from either Honorzern. Excellent. Like a Falcon is close up. Hero, and back behind them here's Makybe Diva. A nation roars for a hero. She's starting to wind up. 300 left to go now. Makybe Diva's racing up. Envoy's trying to go with her. They've got the Portland Singer and Lachlan River. Here comes Like a Falcon and excellent, but Makybe Diva clear with 100 metres to go. Excellent runs to second. Honorzern runs on, but a champion becomes a legend. Makybe Diva has won it from either Honorzern. Excellent. Like a Falcon is close up, and just behind those horses then was Lachlan River, Portland Singer, and further back in the field is Kinjal Rise. Greatest Melbourne Cup win of all time.
Makybe Diva has won her third Melbourne Cup. She must join the absolute demigods of racing. She must join Phar Lap as the greatest the turf has ever produced.
Go and find the smallest child on this course, because they will be an example of the only person here that will live long enough to see something like that again. We'll never live to see it again.
This mare is a blessing from God, and we've all been privileged to see something here today that none of us will ever see again. We'll never see a thoroughbred racehorse like that mare.
Christine and Tony's making mare Makybe Diva back the scale. If you backed her, good on you. $3.60 and $2, $14.60 on Honorzern, $5.
She's the greatest thoroughbred I've ever seen and will ever see.
And there's the package. The owner, the trainer and the jockey. It's the best Melbourne Cup story imaginable.
Now, because her career is over. 36 starts, 15 wins, 7 placings, $14 million, 3 Melbourne Cups, a Cox Plate, a BMW and Australian Cup. Not a bad lineup, is it?
Fantastic.
And remember, one punter had $1 million on Makybe Diva a couple of days ago, and
36 starts for 15 wins. Among them, those 3 Melbourne Cups and a Cox Plate. Big Red, 51 starts and 37 wins. They include 1 Melbourne Cup and 2 Cox Plates.
Good morning to you and good morning to everyone. Well, the pictures tell the story, don't they? It was fabulous theatre. It was a great day in Australian history. It was a classic day. I was glad I was there.
Oh, Makybe Diva. You know, like that's, you know, people say, what's the best horse you've ever seen? And we think, oh, is it Kingston Town? Is it Tulloch? You know, Tulloch was before my time. But the best race in Australia is the Melbourne Cup. And every trainer, every jockey, they want to win the Melbourne Cup. Every owner wants to win the Melbourne Cup. This mare has won our greatest race 3 times. So if she's not the best racehorse we've ever had, who is?
How was it?
Runs on, but a champion becomes a legend. Makybe Diva has won it from either Honorzern.
And we all were just saying off camera there, didn't Greg nail that as a
Greg Miles's call was the best Melbourne Cup call I've ever heard him call.
And I know this, but I find it hard to put into words. When she peeled to the outside and Greg Miles uttered those immortal words, I think now, you know, and a nation roars for a hero. I just thought it's going to happen, and I was just numb.
And also there's nice money coming now for Proudly Aggro. But my numbers, as I say, 17 Mastermind. I think this horse can improve quite a bit. He appears that way anyway from his last start.
And then Top Mark, hard to catch. Dursey M, followed by Showbiz Kid. Step ahead, Consular, Admiral Spy, Catanian and Celtic Trial. Around the turn, Takeover Target slipped up on the inside of Impaler. And at the 300, Takeover Target, a length over Impaler. 2 lengths away, Proudly Aggro getting in the clear. Then comes the Breakfast down the outside from Picardy Run, but Takeover Target has slipped away. He's a mile in front. Proudly Aggro, Picardy Run, Sedan run home, but Takeover Target has gapped them. Takeover Target by 5 lengths to over Picardy. Around the turn, Takeover Target slipped up on the inside of Impaler, and at the 300, Takeover Target, a length over Impaler. 2 lengths away, Proudly Aggro getting in the clear. Then comes the Breakfast down the outside from Picardy Run, but Takeover Target has slipped away. He's a mile in front. Proudly Aggro, Picardy Run, Sedan run home, but Takeover Target has gapped them. Takeover Target by 5 lengths to over Picardy, Proudly Aggro. So Breakfast fourth from Sedan, Dursey M, Admiral Spy. Takeover Target has absolutely blown them away. He smashed the course record. Absolutely smashed it. 17.88. He smashed the course record held by Lion Hunter at 18.06. He smashes the race record of Chief De Beers of 18.2. And he's run home
4 on the Summer Stakes, 174. New track record run by Tate.
He was always going to be too good for the locals up there, and who are, to my eye, when you look across the board, probably basically Group 2 and 3 horses. So he's put a space on him. He's run 17.88, smashed the course record, broken 1.8. That's him back to his absolute best, and well done, Joe, to get a horse that gives you trouble. He's got leg troubles, we all know that, and get him back.
Big feature, the Group 2, 175,000, Kenan Burma of Villiers. This has been a very big move from Malcolm. It sure has, Rich. Unless them sung a song 11, fair enough. A good move for Aqua d'Amore. A clear second favourite's furned a $1.5. $8 is spot on. Cataclysm on the board. Let me tell you that Malcolm, $2.70 the tote. They bet marginally better, but there's not there anymore. Mark.
And Pekalana's back on the inside last of all. Cataclysm the leader as they turn for the Villiers. 2 lengths in front of Spurus on. Down the outside, Sam sung a song and Havana Wind. And then Uber and Wild Queen, and further back Fiery Venture. Malcolm and Aqua d'Amore are coming right down the outside. Aqua d'Amore sprinted fast and hit the lead. Malcolm's a length and a half away and trying to peg him back, but Aqua d'Amore has dashed away, and it's got the Villiers one, Aqua d'Amore in the all blue. Malcolm will get second, Fiery Venture third, and then Precise Timing followed in by Uber and Wild Queen, and further back Fiery Venture. Malcolm and Aqua d'Amore are coming right down the outside. Aqua d'Amore sprinted fast and hit the lead. Malcolm's a length and a half away and trying to peg him back, but Aqua d'Amore has dashed away, and it's got the Villiers one, Aqua d'Amore in the all blue. Malcolm will get second, Fiery Venture third, and then Precise Timing followed in behind them by Sam Sung a Song and Sulamore, and then came Spirit of Touch.
Wow. We thought that Malcolm could sprint quickly. Didn't that mare unleash Aqua d'Amore? That's a stablemate Cataclysm in now. Aqua d'Amore in the colours of Mrs. Magnia, the wife of the principal of the Coolmore stud, John Magnia. And look at John Magnia, and look at the acceleration she showed. What a valuable broodmare she is now.
Now the ratings for the big one, the 2-year-old Millions. They're with Pulsator and Assertive equally.
470 compared to what they're operating on track. Mel coming a few points, pretty similar on and off. As on the tote, you're very close, as the best of them would be Mirror Mirror at $42 for Clap.
Light on. Gates open, they're off and racing. Churchill Downs has missed the start. He's come out second last. Diamonds MI was the for home, and then Master Archie, and Churchill Downs a mile back. Mel first for home at the 400. He's clear. He's out by 3. Gold Edition, Pulsator, Super Savings, Diamond MI. Rygart gets to the outside from Diego Garcia. Crusket running home. Mel in front past the 200. Gold Edition, Pulsator, and here comes Mirror Mirror. Mirror Mirror is absolutely flashing down the outside. It's going to swamp them. Mirror Mirror got up and won the Millions from a 3-way photo between Churchill Downs. What a run him. Rygart, and over near the inside was Crusket. Behind those, Diego. They've done it again. John Singleton will shout for the bar. It won't be the members, it'll be public only. But Mirror Mirror has come from a mile back.
Locate him. We'll give him a ring and find out where he is and get him here, Matt.
I was going to say there'll be some exciting scenes in the
for a better field, and riders have been leagued aboard for this Group 2 event to be run over 1,200 metres at weight for age. Running through the betting.
Back from Bomber Bill, 650, Spark of Life with all guns blazing. He's out by 2 or 3 lengths on Virage de Fortune. Boss is going to make them chase. California Dane third. Here's old Bomber Bill going around the outside of Valedictum and Amtrak, and Casual Pass can't keep up with them before the bend. 450 out. Spark of Life a length and a half. Virage de Fortune and California Dane chasing now. Then came Bomber Bill and Valedictum with the last call around the bend. Spark of Life in front of Virage de Fortune, and the 3-year-old letting go with a mighty run. California Dane went to them in one stride, running on Bomber Bill, but it's California Dane in front. Virage de Fortune is coming back like a tigress. California Dane and Virage de Fortune. California Dane in front and won the Group 2. California Dane has beaten Virage de Fortune. Photo third, Casual Pass out of the ground. Bomber Bill, Valedictum. Spark of Life, not the same Spark of Life we've seen before. Amtrak last in. A great race comes again. California Dane gets the head out, and California Dane has won the Group 2 Essendon Mazda Carline Stakes in a cliffhanger. A rousing reception for California Dane, the Danehill colt. As
2 of the great lead-up races to the Amy Golden Slipper. Number 1, Nadim's at $17.80. Number 2, Royal Persiles at $30. Number 3, Duo Sasso, impressive in the prelude, $6.90. Wonderful, $28. Blue Diamond Stakes, Nadim's Glow, number 9 at $6.80. Miss Finland, $7.20. Number 11, Satin Robes, $6.50.
A heavy track for the Blue Diamond. I can't remember a Blue Diamond on a heavy track.
Mark inside the 700-metre mark. Nadim's Glow from Montfort, and out 3 deep on the outside, Duo Sasso. A length further back in the race then came Snort from Wonderful World, the middle. On the inside, Satin Robes from Royal Pericles, then Miss Finland. Global Starters a long way back. Montfort dropped out. Further back, My Only Hope, Nadim, Personify, and last of all, as they turn for home, is Gate on the bend, and Duo Sasso hit the front at the 400-metre mark from Nadim's Glow. Then down the centre now, Wonderful World from Satin Robes getting out. Then a gap to Snort, and further back, Miss Finland. Duo Sasso down on the fence, 2 lengths in front. Wonderful World starting to peg it back, and here's Nadim. It's going to swamp them and beat them. Nadim with a storming run over the top of them has got the Blue Diamond one from Miss Finland, and Nadim has won brilliantly. 2 lengths to Miss Finland, to David Hayes Quinella. On the inside, Satin Robes from Royal Pericles, then Miss Finland. Global Starters a long way back. Montfort dropped out. Further back, My Only Hope, Nadim, Personify, and last of all, as they turn for home, is Gate on the bend, and Duo Sasso hit the front at the 400-metre mark from Nadim's Glow. Then down the centre now, Wonderful World from Satin Robes getting out. Then a gap to Snort, and further back, Miss Finland. Duo Sasso down on the fence, 2 lengths in front. Wonderful World starting to peg it back, and here's Nadim. It's going to swamp them and beat them. Nadim with a storming run over the top of them has got the Blue Diamond one from Miss Finland, and Nadim has won brilliantly. 2 lengths to Miss Finland, to David Hayes Quinella. 2 away third is Wonderful World. Then Duo Sasso, who's to stop quickly from My Only Hope.
He's paid $17.80 and $4.90. Miss Fanland, $2.90. Great performance, David Hayes.
Severe check. He's lucky not to fall. He would have had an excuse if he'd run second last off of that. So, you know, I'm getting pretty excited about him. I'd hate to think what he's worth now.
Dwayne, were you almost off there?
Yeah, like he was ready to spit me out.
2 weeks ago, this horse was favourite for the Blue Diamond. Went round $17. Absolutely stunning performance to beat Miss Finland, who was good. Wonderful World.
Was shades of God's own in the Caulfield Guineas, really. Rain-affected track, severe interference, rattling home. A big effort to pick up under those conditions and find the line.
Let's Golden Slipper. Miss Finland, second in the Blue Diamond, and Nadim, the winner for David Hayes. Thanks very much, Kenny. The Group 1 futurity. First leg of the Asian Mile Challenge. Horses are in the mounting yard. Wide open race. Perfect Promise. TAB 11 is favourite at $4.70 on the tote. Much shorter in the ring. Fields of Omar, you can see at $6.80. Better on number 11, Perfect Promise. $4.70. That's great value. Terrific value, New South Wales and Unitab. 14 Head Turner at $8.40. Let's start with this remarkable galloper, Steve. Fields of Omar. He never runs a bad race.
Certainly doesn't, Bruce. Terrific first up in the All-Star.
Stakesies. And a Great is Great. Further back in the race then came on the inside Rosden. Fields of Omar one deep. 2 lengths to Perfect Promise on the outside of Nicanero. 1 then to Umber. Then Aqua d'Amour. 2 or 3 further back. Then Head Turner Devastating. And Confectioner last of all. The speed's been right on. And it's Live in Vain by 3 to Shinzig up to the turn. 2 to Red Dazzler. 1 further back. Then came Mr. Murphy. They're followed by Early Express. Fields of Omar. Great is Great. A fair way back. Perfect Promise coming around the turn. Followed by Nicanero and Rosden. On the bend they race now. Live in Vain a length and a half. Shinzig. Red Dazzler further out. Followed by Great is Great. Perfect Promise a fair way back with Fields of Omar up the middle. Halfway up the running and Red Dazzler on the outside and Great is Great. They've gone up quickly. Fields of Omar further out on the track. Red Dazzler in front. Here comes Fields of Omar. He's pegging back Red Dazzler. Fields is lifting. He's got there. Fields of Omar's one at a head on the line. 2 Red Dazzler and Rosden is third. Then further back Nicanero followed by Confectioner. He's won at Group 1 level. God bless him. Fields of Omar has got up to...
He spends a lot of time being trained out of the paddock Lindsay Park, which sort of helps a lot.
All right, we'll see. And he has run a course record, 134.28. Steve Moran, a remarkable horse.
He's at 370 and 4 Shadowways at 660 and 8 Jacksaw Moores right in the market at 510. Number 4 is Shadowways. Nashville Willer to ride for Gwenda Johnson with Brad.
And racing. Anna's Choice began okay with Jacksaw Moore and away fast Jester Wiener out wide on the track with King Charles. Another cat go and getting back now Shadowways at the tail. Jester Wiener a length and a half Pure Satisfaction. Jackson Moore third. Another cat's gone up on the outside from further back than King Charles. Then came Smoke and Dave out deep from Mad Mo. Anna's Choice a long way back. They're followed by Danger Looms. Jester Wiener 2 in front. Jackson Moore getting off the fence from Pure Satisfaction. Then came another cat down the outside. Tons More Fun. Jester Wiener on the inside tackled by Jackson Moore. Tons More Fun out wider from Pure Satisfaction. And Shadowways flying. Jackson Moore in front. Tons More Fun after it was Shadowways, Jackson Moore, and Shadowways dives. I reckon it got up. I reckon Shadowways out wide has got up to beat Jackson Moore and Tons More Fun. Back in the middle off the fence from Pure Satisfaction. Then came another cat down the outside, Tons More Fun. Jester Wiener on the inside, tackled by Jackson Moore. Tons More Fun out wider from Pure Satisfaction. And Shadowways flying, Jackson Moore in front. Tons More Fun after it was Shadowways, Jackson Moore, and Shadowways dives. I reckon it got up. I reckon Shadowways out wide has got up to beat Jackson Moore and Tons More Fun. Back
well, anybody who backed that would be astounded that they've collected, because just after the start it appeared to knuckle, and I don't know exactly what happened at the start. I'd love to have a second look at it, but it finished up 2.5 to 3 lengths behind the bunch. It was an extraordinary victory, Steve. He's out fairly slowly anyway, and then there's a second incident. Down he goes. He almost goes down onto his nose. And then he has, by the time he picks up any momentum, he's 3 lengths behind the second last horse. And he's got up to win by a half length, streaming away.
$2 even, $3.70 for Tons More Fun. Jacksaw Moore, $1.80.
Well, this year's running of the BMW.
Yeah, it's a good race. We've got Aramine v Railings v Our Smoking Joe. And for all my Victorian mates who have been on the phone and telling me the score at the moment in Group 1s is Melbourne 1.
Railings at $3.10, longer.
Racing, Aqua d'Amour's missed it and so did Kinjar. They both were a length on Lachlan River. Roman Archer's next. Our Smoking Joe is hunted along by Cassidy. He opens up 3 or 4 lengths. Lachlan River is second. Roman put the brakes on Our Smoking Joe and Lachlan River goes up on the outside to be a neck away as they get to the 1400. Roman Archer's camp right behind that pair. They're about 10 lengths in front of Demerger, followed by Eramine. Boy was next, followed by Dazelle, and Kinjal was last of all. He couldn't see the leaders with the Hubble telescope. Getting to the 600 metres, it's Our Smoking Joe in front of Lachlan River, who's under the whip. Our Roman Archer's dropping off. Eramine is starting to make his run, and then came on the inside Demerger. Railings is hooked to the outside by Beedman, and further back was Aqua d'Amour. Our Smoking Joe trying to lead all the way in the BMW. He's making a bold bid for victory. He's 3 lengths in front of Lachlan River. Here comes Eramine, and Railings starting to warm up down the outside. Our Smoking Joe's getting tired. Eramine's the first to go after him. Railings and Aqua d'Amour are closing. It's Eramine going to Our Smoking Joe. Railings is coming after Eramine, but Eramine shot away. 100 to go. It's Eramine in front, and Eramine will win the BMW from Railings and Our Smoking Joe. Dazelle was fourth from Aqua d'Amour, and then Demerge.
On the Rosehill Guineas and the Derby as a 3-year-old, and now as a 4-year-old he's won the Rand Vet and the BMW, so he's right up there with the horses of recent years.
He's one from...
They are Stalin, and he could win a Cox Plate Melbourne Cup, this horse.
Congratulations, another Group 1.
Thank you.
Glenn, Group 1 boss, winning the...
250 and 140 New South Wales. Tote did well here on Super.
He's a BMW winner.
Wasn't it great to see a fair dingham contested weight for age race like Joe out in front, making them go? Eremine had to chase earlier.
Down 3 to go, and this is the Group 1 George Ryder Stakes, the 61st running of it. We'll see some of the good weight for age older horses and some emerging 3-year-old stars here. We've seen one of the best in Eremine, and we're going to see another good young horse here in Paratroopers. Tote punters think so. He's odds on in the last 20 seconds, basically, Paratroopers.
And those TAB punters who took the $2.85 fixed odds.
Goes around the outside to take up the running now. It's about 3/4 in front of Vroom Vroom Paratroopers. Well, he stayed off the inside to avoid being pocketed. He's in 3rd spot. Flying Pegasus was next. God's Owners niggered along on the inside and then racing to win. Patezza makes a move 3 deep, and Ladder the Manor's hard at work last of all. Coming to the turn, and it's Dance Hero the outside and Vroom Vroom. Paratroopers is cantering behind them as they come to the turn. Beeman's about to ask him for the effort now. God's Own's under the stick from Racing to Win, and Patezza at the 300. Dance Hero in front. Paratroopers is stalking him. Patezza and Racing to Win are running on. Paratroopers in front. He starts to feel for the whip. Racing to Win's coming after him on the outside. Racing to Win and Paratroopers. Paratroopers joined by Racing to Win. Racing to Win gets his head in front and wins it. Racing to Win has beaten Paratroopers. The 3-year-olds 1-2. Ladder the Manor 3rd in front. Paratroopers is stalking him. Patezza and Racing to Win are running on. Paratroopers in front. He starts to feel for the whip. Racing to Win's coming after him on the outside. Racing to Win and Paratroopers. Paratroopers joined by Racing to Win. Racing to Win gets his head in front and wins it. Racing to Win has beaten Paratroopers. The 3-year-olds 1-2. Ladder the Manor 3rd. And then Dance Hero, Patezza, God's Own, Flying Pegasus, and Vroom Vroom was back at the rear.
Well, what a great race, Kenny.
In inverted commas, that had the 285 on the TAB.
I read between the lines there. 7, 5 and 2. Racing to Win 840, 190, 120.
I've never thought that there was much between these two, Racing to Win and Paratroopers. It's that getting back to this Golden Rose form again. The quicker they promote that race to a Group 1, the better, because it's going to be a race that we're all going to look back on every year. But Paratroopers had him cold halfway down the straight, but...
Yeah.
He rallied this horse. He's a real fighter and an underrated horse.
Miss Finland, Kenny.
Yeah, plenty of money for Miss Finland. She's a clear second favourite now behind Casino Prince, who's also very solid in the market at around his tote price of $5.10. They're the two, the punters.
You can see there, Miss Finland, $6.80. That's 30 cents of value as firmed a full point.
Racing in the Golden Slipper. Casino Prince was last out of the stalls. He missed it 2 lengths down the midfield. And then came Tarleton. Miss Finland getting well back with Empire's Choice, Universal Queen. It's well back with Pure Energy, and last of all is Just Mambo. It's Cap Hero leading them as they come around the circle. It's in front, leading from Blue Largo in second position. One Timers right off the track, and so is Gold Edition. Boom Time Savings is back on the inside in fifth spot. Diego Garcia being hard ridden. So is Casino Prince. Cap Hero's left the fence. There's a run for Boom Time Savings and Miss Finland. They're coming through on the inside. Gold Edition down the outside, and further back Blue Largo, Churchill Downs and Empire's Choice. It's Cap Hero tackled by Miss Finland right along the inside. Miss Finland has taken the lead in the Golden Slipper. She's dashed nicely clear from Cap Hero and Boom Time Savings, Churchill Downs and Pure Energy, but the Bleakers have done the trick with Miss Finland. She bolts it in, wins it from Pure Energy and Churchill Downs, and then came Empire's Choice, and further back was down the wicket Just Mambo. Boom Time Savings knocking up from Universal Queen, Diego Garcia, and then
comprehensive victory by the winner.
Yeah, won by about 5. Might have been the best win we've seen from a filly.
At 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pure Energy for Ronnie Morden second.
Jack was third.
A brilliant win. 4.5 lengths is the winning margin. I have to say, and don't get me wrong, I'm not throwing cold water on it. It was a great win. I think this is the best filly, and I think she'll go on and make a really good 3-year-old. The winning margin might have been flattered a little bit. I pulled out the sectionals, as you did this morning, Ronnie, and just the sectionals are about comparative with a few others that finished 4.5 lengths behind. And now all that says to me is it's worth a fortune to save that ground along the fence. It was yesterday. It was that probably added 2 to 3 lengths to her performance on its own.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm not saying she would have won. I think she probably would have if she'd have gone where Pure Energy went, but wouldn't have won by that far.
And so she just shone through at the finish, and she was just in a league of her own. You have to give the
stakes coming up. Nem's price favourite, but the exterior blinkers on. 5.20 is about right. Johann's Toy, $6.70, similar to what's happening here on course. The favourite comes up on page 2. It's tab number 10, Nemesis. Well tried. $3.10 on the tote about Nemesis, shorter in the ring. Regal Cheer, $8.40.
On the inside, it's racing with Carry On Cutie and Bandara out wide, and further back was Reweyer, and then came Nemesis. Star Shiraz is in the centre, and Bush Honey sees them all. Making the bend, 4.50 to go, and it's Breezy on top by a length on Lateria. Ballet Society has tracked them most of the way from Shania Dane, and then Pentelicon. Johann's Toy and Regal Cheer were next, and Nemesis has pulled to the extreme outside by Beedman. Ad She starting to power down the outside. Shania Dane took up the running with Lateria. Regal Cheer bursts through. Nemesis coming down the outside. Nemesis and Regal Cheer, the 2 3-year-olds, come away to fight it out. Nemesis on the outside has got a narrow lead. Nemesis is just in front of Regal Cheer, and Nemesis goes on to win it from Regal Cheer and Shania Dane. And then came Reweyer and Star Cheer were next, and Nemesis has pulled to the extreme outside by Beedman. Ad She starting to power down the outside. Shania Dane took up the running with Lateria. Regal Cheer bursts through. Nemesis coming down the outside. Nemesis and Regal Cheer, the 2 3-year-olds, come away to fight it out. Nemesis on the outside has got a narrow lead. Nemesis is just in front of Regal Cheer, and Nemesis goes on to win it from Regal Cheer and Shania Dane. And then came Reweyer and Star Shiraz, Johann's Toy, Pentelicon, Lateria, and then came Divine Madonna.
It's an outstanding performance by an outstanding 3-year-old filly in Nemesis, running down Regal Cheer. Outstanding performance.
Absolutely outstanding. She's a crackerjack filly, and Lee.
Well, Johann's Toy.
That was a tragedy.
No, well, it's the story of her life.
Yes, but they...
And Star Shiraz as well was unlucky. And I blame all this interference in that race to Craig for coming along the inside in the slipper. And all these blokes are sitting back on the fence waiting for this rails run to appear, and they're all going for one run. I couldn't believe it.
The fence was in better.
Getting over 1.1 million now, so Racing Your Wind's getting back out a bit.
Well, he's out. There we are on the first page. Desert War, $7.60. You can get longer on course. $16.90 Pateza's unders. There's Racing to Win, $4.80. Well, that now is 60 cents longer than what's happening in the Randwick betting. Racing to Win as well.
OK, we'll leave that to the boys who compiling their information in the betting ring.
Racing in the Doncaster, Apache Cat has missed the start. He's starting to drive through now, but he did dwell, and Racing to Win leads, but Apache Cat's recovered quickly to go through and take up the running. Desert War is third, and then it's Apache Cat taken on by Rosden, and Apache Cat's got fired up, and he raced about 2 lengths in front of Rosden. Racing to Win is third. It's on the outside of Extreme and Lord of the Land. Johann's Toy was next, followed by Pateza, and Malcolm is last of all, 12 lengths off the lead. He's got Apache Cat to settle now, but Rosden's moving up again with Nicanero. And as they get to the 650, it's Apache Cat going again. He leads now by a length and a half on Rosden and Nicanero. And then Racing to Win, who's making ground near the inside from Bentley Biscuit. And then came Desert War around the outside from Spirit of Tara. Johann's Toys made ground in the centre, and Malcolm's coming to the extreme outside. Nicanero takes them on now. Desert War, Johann's Toys going for a split. Nemesis down the outside. Bentley Biscuit on the inside. Not sure where to look here, and Bentley Biscuit with the inside runnings in front. Malcolm is coming right down the outside. Racing to Win the centre. It's Racing to Win hitting the lead from Bentley Biscuit. Johann's Toy and Malcolm. Racing to Win's in front. Racing to Win takes it out. Racing to Win from either Johann's Toy, Malcolm and Bentley Biscuit from Pateza. And then Desert War, Extreme, Nicanero, Swick and Spirit of Tara.
Here for the confident.
What a great race, Richie. Look, a tremendous effort from the horse and a great ride from Glenn as usual, and great team effort.
His whole preparation.
Glenn Boss and John O'Shea being a team. Of course, they won with Private Steer, or Glenn won with Private Steer a couple of years back, but he was sacked off one of John's horses only 2 weeks ago at Rosehill. That was, of course, Primus.
Yeah, a great run too by Pateza, last year's winner. He was flashing home late.
Purchased from the Easter Yearling sales last year, wins the Group 1 Doncaster, beating Johann's Toy. Oh, teased again in another Group 1 race.
Actually, third of our Group 1s today is the Queen Elizabeth Stakes. Won the last 2 years, of course, by Grand Army. It's been a great race, Kenny, and we've got a worthy favourite here in Nevermind, $1.60. Got all...
His horses followed by De Beers and Aqua de Moore, and then Roman Arch. Eremine is still back second last, and he's off the bit, and Extreme is last. It's Desert War on the outside, a casual pass. They had a bit of a bump, and then came Aqua de Moore coming down the outside with above deck. Men at Work gets the split, and Eremine is still alive. lot of work to do. It's Aqua d'Amore taking the lead on the outside from Above Deck and Men at Work and Desert War. Eramina's grinding away. It's Aqua d'Amore in front. Now Eramina's starting to put in the big ones, and Eramine raced up and hit the lead, and Eramine wins it from Aqua d'Amore. He came from the clouds, and then came Aqua d'Amore coming down the outside with Above Deck. Men at Work gets the split, and Eramine has still a lot of work to do. It's Aqua d'Amore taking the lead on the outside from Above Deck and Men at Work and Desert War. Eramina's grinding away. It's Aqua d'Amore in front. Now Eramina's starting to put in the big ones, and Eramine raced up and hit the lead, and Eramine wins it from Aqua d'Amore. He came from the clouds. Extreme got third, and then came Men at Work, followed by Above Deck Rome to long last.
Well, he's the best horse in Australia, Ken. He was never going to win that race until when it counted at the finish post. An outstanding performance.
Class. You can't define it always, but when you see it, you know you've seen it.
Great performance. First horse now to complete the Ranvet BMW and Queen Elizabeth Stakes treble. And
topping the right.
Tough work getting it, but you've got it.
Exactly. He's paid out.
Age horse, Eramine. 5 Group 1s. I don't think there's a horse currently racing, Kenny, at the moment, who's won 5 Group 1s.
Not that I can place, Bruce.
Went round in the Rich Nakayama Grand Jump. Here.
Get over the third jump. It's Bolt Fountain leading the way. Running second, Major Ormond. Then TM Dragon just going past it. Then back to Minor Opa. Minor Universe. Then further gap on the fence is Ein Orthen. Merlos alongside it. Telegenic back there. Minor Irvin and Major Ormond from Fonterra. A 5 lengths gap back to Laurel Defi. Karazi is into 4th place. TM Dragon back on the fence. Not far away from Telegenic. One. It's still Major Ormond, but Karazi has taken it on the Aussie. Karazi has swept around Major Ormond. TM Dragon is just behind it with Telegenic not far away. 400 metres to go. Brett Scott has Karazi in front. Here comes TM Dragon. Karazi's kicked away from TM Dragon. They come to the last. Over it goes with Karazi. Karazi with Brett Scott riding vigorously. TM Dragon coming to it. Karazi's kicking. TM Dragon down the outside. Karazi and TM Dragon. Karazi, TM Dragon. Karazi, TM Dragon. Karazi's done it again. TM Dragon got second, then back to Telegenic. Mercier tire away, then Minor Fee, but the Aussie horse Karazi back to back. Nakayama jumps.
Done it again, all right. What a race. What a thrill to watch that.
Different styles there, wasn't it? Yeah, sure.
Totally different style.
By Mick Milodonovich up from, and it has been supported. And as for the favourite La Montana, $2.20 there on the Uni tab. It's better here at Doomben and has been a drifter, so maybe the bookies opened it up.
Era's going quickly from out, getting back, so is Rumbird. La Montana, she's 4th last, followed by Billy Ripper. A couple of diamonds on the inside. Then comes Holy Lover, Bull, Moore, Rumbird. La Montana's a long way from them. And then Billy Ripper, Moonlight Shadow, Teletrader. Gracalo first for home at the 300, a length over Century Serb after it from Fabiana. Passagatera next, Master Dennis. Denmarker down the outside. Gracalo is still the leader. Century Serb. Sequestrator's trying to get through. Passagatera. La Montana is coming from the tail. Look at La Montana. I don't believe this. And up it gets. I don't know how. La Montana's got up to beat Century Serb. Photo Passagatera next, Master Dennis. Denmarker down the outside. Gracalo is still the leader. Century Serb. Sequestrator's trying to get through. Passagatera. La Montana is coming from the tail. Look at La Montana. I don't believe this. And up it gets. I don't know how. La Montana's got up to beat Century Serb. Photo third. Passagatera or Gracalo in front of Denmark. A Doomben Cup winner. That is the run of the day. How did it win? How did it win from where it was on the home turn? When it came around the corner, it must have been 10, 12 from the leader. It had 3 behind it, which meant it was in 14th position or 15th position. There was 18 runners, so it was 15th on the corner. And I looked back and I thought, oh no, even a great filly like you can't possibly get up from here.
You couldn't believe it with good reason, Alan.
No, it's one of the biggest performances I've ever seen.
Thought she'd probably race in the first 3 or 4 and, you know, make it a true staying test. It was probably a little bit sit and sprintish the other day too, so we certainly don't want to see that today because she's sort of a grinding staying type and will be attempting to take the dash out of some.
Eagle Farm, we got the size produce. I'm going this way, 12, 11, 2 and...
Ancient Titles getting back from II Silver. Dan Lee third last from Thundering Girl and Dan's Dior. 600 metres left to go. Ring the leader. Gold Edition second inside. Mr. Bachelor. Pure Energies racing fourth from Involt. Upper Echelon next on the fence from Carry to Glory. Walk of Fame followed then by Ghetto Blaster. Ancient Titles a long way back as II Silver and Dan Lee's a long way from them. Ring leads in the straight from Mr. Bachelor. Here's Involt coming at them. Gold Edition looking for the way out. Upper Echelon's on the fence then. Pure Energy and here's Carry to Glory getting in the clear. So is Ghetto Blaster. Dan Lee down the outside. Upper Echelon got the run on the fence and Gold Edition got through. Gold Edition went to the lead from Upper Echelon. Dan Lee's mowing the lot down. Dan Lee's flashing down the outside. He's grabbed the lead. Dan Lee got up to beat Gold Edition and Upper Echelon. Here's Involt coming at them. Gold Edition looking for the way out. Upper Echelon's on the fence then. Pure Energy and here's Carry to Glory getting in the clear. So is Ghetto Blaster. Dan Lee down the outside. Upper Echelon got the run on the fence and Gold Edition got through. Gold Edition went to the lead from Upper Echelon. Dan Lee's mowing the lot down. Dan Lee's flashing down the outside. He's grabbed the lead. Dan Lee got up to beat Gold Edition and Upper Echelon. It's a photo for fourth. In at II Silver, Thundering Girl not far away. Close up, Ken Lee came out very wide on the track and has finished home right over the top of them over the final part to win. A big finish in the size and a big victory coming to Dan Lee. Number 3, Dan Lee, ridden by Michael Rodders first.
Number 3, Gold Edition and Upper Echelon.
His best part of the race was the last 50, so it was very impressive, and he's still not quite there yet. He looks like a foal, so I think in 6 months' time you'll see a serious horse.
100 metres Group 1 worth $1 million in prize money, and the emergencies don't get a run. We've got a field of 20. Shania Dane comes in upwards. Bit of an ordinary record. St Basil, he's a wonderful old horse, $9.10. He's got plenty of tote support up here, and that's pretty much what he's paying on track 2. Ladbroke, you rarely get a real short-priced favourite, and it's a very, very open affair again. Here we go, Cog Hill. $8.20 is the...
And last of all is Magic Marvo. The Speeder Cracker, 700 metres left to go. It's Black Ink on the inside and Outback Prince leading from Miss Potential to third. G.I. Jane wide. Hard to Catch is at a nice run in the middle, followed by Media, Red Erg, Shania Dane, La Cizaran. La Montagna's coming deep as they round the home turn, and then Consular. Black Ink at the 400, joined by Outback Prince. Hard to Catch. Miss Potential, G.I. Jane came at them. Media getting up on the fence, and here's La Montagna and La Cizaran down the outside, then St Basil. Black Ink the leader, G.I. Jane, and here's La Montagna on the outside, then Coghill. La Montagna's race to G.I. Jane from Black Ink and Coghill. La Montagna takes the lead, and La Montagna's going to win the Stradbroke from G.I. Jane, Coghill. Magic Marvo, I think's run fourth in front of Black Ink from La Cizaran. Star Shiraz, Hard to Catch, St Basil. La Montagna. La Montagna, she's come from a mile back down the outside of the track. And she's come home brilliant.
She picked him up and put him down in about probably 80 metres. Is she as good a filly as you've ridden? She's up there with the best of them for sure. I mean, she sat back. She threw the bit out of her mouth early. Just travelled nice, travelled 5 and 6 deep. There was a bit of trouble.
Farm, the Queensland Guineas, is also coming up. We've got all of the horses, 19 of them in the mounting yard. Let's have a look at on course.
It's open and they're off and racing in the Queensland Guineas. Maasai Pride was slow to side, and Nova Star on the rail is last. Down the side, 900 to go. Davian going up deep on the track, and Rumbirds on the rail from Letter of Intent, Teletrader. Maasai Pride is next, then Denmark at Langlaw's a long way back with Damnation, Nova Star, and Diamonds on the inside as last as they thunder the bend into the straight in the Guineas. Fashions a field closer to the inside in front of Fun Love, commemorating Prince Arthur came at them. Soda Gracalo, Sentry, Server, Maasai Pride and Davian down the outside, but Fashions a field at the 200 metres mark clear. Fun Love next, then Prince Arthur, Gracalo and Nova Star's coming from the tail. Fashions a field the leader. Fun Love and Nova Star. Nova Star is absolutely rocketing down the outside. It'll get up and win the Guineas. Guineas Nova Star from Fashions Afield. Photo down the outside, but Fashions Afield at the 200 metres mark clear. Fun Love next, then Prince Arthur, Gracolo, and Nova Star's coming from the tail. Fashions Afield the leader. Fun Love and Nova Star. Nova Star is absolutely rocketing down the outside. It'll get up and win the Guineas Nova Star from Fashions Afield. Photo third, Fun Love Road Worker. From Rumbird, Maasai Pride, the next.
Now in the next race at Eagle Farm, as we see the official.
You're thinking, take over Target again at the $5.50. Now Glamour Puss is at $13 and Falkirk's into $12.
Isn't he a trotter in
behind them from Ben Bourne? Far side it's Dandy Man, clear here of Tax Flea La Cucaracha. Celtic Mill behind them from the Tattling Corridor Creeper. On the near side, Take Over Target takes it up now from Les Arcs. Then Baldy King is battling on. Dandy Man's in front on the far side. There's two fallers here, but it's Take Over Target near side being swamped now. Ben Bourne flashing home. Dandy Man the far side, they hit it. Take Over Target in a photo with Dandy Man the but it's Take Over Target near side being swamped now. Ben Bourne flashing home. Dandy Man the far side, they hit it. Take Over Target in a photo with Dandy Man the far side. Ben Bourne the near side. The near side. Just behind them is Glamour Puss and battling on Falkirk. There have been two fallers. First number one, it's Take Over Target who's won it for Jay Ford and Joe Janiak.
Joe, well done. That was a phenomenal win by a very, very good horse. I did declare him to everybody.
You did. I was going to mention that Simon and Richie both declared him. Last weekend, I was at Swan Hill for TVN, and as I said, on the middle day at the carnival, the day that the spotlight goes right away from Swan Hill, the day that people go and have a game of golf and they don't always turn up to the races, Elvis's half-brother, Harada Sun, made his debut.
The leader from Monomore, but here comes Harada Sun. The Fighting Harada, he's charging down the outside. He wanted to get in a bit on Monomore and medal at the 200-metre mark. He raced away. This might be another Elvis. Harada's done 5-6 lengths to Monomore. Then Tuffet medal can't go on from Impressionate Burlington Academy, but this has one nice and easy. Harada's the leader from Monomore, but here comes Harada Sun. The Fighting Harada, he's charging down the outside. He wanted to get in a bit on Monomore and medal at the 200-metre mark. He raced away. This might be another Elvis. Harada's done 5-6 lengths to Monomore. Then Tuffet medal can't go on from Impressionate Burlington Academy, but this has one nice and easy. Harada Sun, a brilliant debut here at Swan Hill.
Now, that was a lovely sense of theatre from trainer Tony Vassell, because a few years earlier, he'd taken Elvstrom to that very same carnival and run him in the very same race. Now, we're going to...
Well, carries his shoulder well, and look at his head. His head doesn't move too often. He's just full of strength and drive from those hindquarters. Elvstrom's got a nice action on him too, but...
Well, that was the start.
Who ran second to Elvstrom? Who ran second to Elvstrom?
I don't know. That was the start for Elvstrom, and he went on to conquer the world. Can Harada Sun perhaps do the same, Steve?
Well, you wouldn't be surprised. He looks a terrific horse, and he ran the time. And I'm a great believer in fast times don't lie. And he ran the time there last week. He's still very green. He was still erratic to the line. He was eased down in the closing part of the race. And Tony
Vassell's down to win by 10.
Yeah, and Tony Vassell's made no secret of the fact that he rates the horse highly. Well, you wouldn't be surprised. He looks a terrific horse, and he ran the time. And I'm a great believer in fast times don't lie. And he ran the time there last week. He's still very green. He was still erratic to the line. He was eased down in the closing part of the race. And Tony Vassell's
down to win by 10.
Yeah, and Tony Vassell's made no secret of the fact that he rates the horse highly.